And good morning, welcome back to the channel. Well, we've got a little bit of sunshine today, so take advantage of it and get out there. Bike's just about warmed up now. I'll see you down the road. Yes, thanks for joining me again on this quite sunny day, and the news is that we're going to get some really warm temperatures over this weekend, so hopefully I can get out filming over the weekend, which will be fantastic. Other than that, it's just a matter of catching the good days really now, as it's raining more often than not. It's been pouring in the night, as you can see. Wet conditions. We'll be a bit careful around the lanes here. I just wanted to thank everybody for the response to the moan video. I was a little bit unsure about doing a video complaining about things or saying a few negatives. Great response to it. Lots of people agreed with the thing about the seat height. That is the main problem with me with bikes. I thought what I'd speak about today was another issue, not necessarily that I'm going to moan about, but should we say I'm unsure of. I'm a little bit sitting either side of the fence on this one, as well as on the fence, and that is technology on bikes. Now, the CL500, which we're on today, of course, is in many ways mercifully free of technology. No riding modes, just the basics, just ABS, and it has actually got one of those flashy brake light jobbies on as well, which flash the indicators when you brake heavily. That's a little Honda thing, which I think is a good safety measure. But as far as technology that is intrusive, or could be deemed as intrusive, very little. It's a really simple bike, as you know, and I'm quite happy with that. There's nothing on here I miss. I don't miss anything. I've got to say, I'm quite happy with the amount of tech it's got on and the amount of tech it hasn't. So I was just going to ask the question, what's your view on technology on bikes? Now, there's no doubt that it can be useful, but I think it's probably very much an age thing. I think a younger person who's obviously grown up around a lot of tech sort of expects it, and the older people obviously who haven't grown up with it don't miss it. That's obvious. But I think there's more to that, and that is, are there any younger people out there who actually find it intrusive? Because when they get on the bike, like me, being an older rider, riding is actually a sort of a way to get away from all that sort of thing. No, I'm absolutely no expert myself, but I must admit, when I'm on a bike, it's one of those times where I'm sort of happy that I haven't got any tech around me. I mean, I've got the usual things at home. I've got laptops and iPads. My phone's always there. I've got an Alexa, which is really useful actually. I'm always using it to remind me of things, setting reminders and things like that. But do I actually want that when I'm on the bike, or do I use bike time as a period of time to get away from all that? Personally, I do. So, as much as I can understand the usefulness of tech, I really don't want it on the bike. Maybe if I use the bike for more pressing long journeys or commuting, where I needed to be in touch with people by phone, possibly, or I need a sat nav to know where I'm going all the time, maybe that would be different, but for leisure use, which is largely what I use it for, I ride a bike because I enjoy riding a bike. I'm really glad that there's no tech on this, I have to say. Do I want to be wired up to my phone, for instance, as I'm riding along to take phone calls? I could see where that obviously would be really useful if you're expecting an important call. But is it really desirable? Personally, for me, the answer is no. And I only have the very bare minimum. But please tell me, what do you think? Do you think more and more tech on bikes is inevitable? Are we just going to get more and more of it? As well as the technology, the rider aids, lean sensitive, this, that and the other. Are we going to end up handing over the riding experience too much to a computer, to a little black box that helps us control the bike? We've already got ABS, but there are limits. There are limits to how far I want the experience of riding a bike taken out of my hands and put into the hands of a computer. That's the way I feel about it. And where is that line? Where would you draw that line? It's difficult to say. But the way tech advances, what is there going to be available in 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Is riding a bike going to feel anything like riding a bike anymore? That's the issue, isn't it? So I'd like to know your comments on it. Please leave them in the description, in the comments, sorry. Tell me what you feel about this in general. I think it's interesting. As I said, I'm on the fence. Certain technology and connectivity I can understand is useful. How far can it go before it's intrusive? And will we all be longing for a biking experience in the future where we just switch everything off and go back to a raw experience of you and the bike? I think that will become even more of a thing. I think that, to a certain extent, is the attraction of retro motorcycles even now, isn't it? The fact that they're free of much of this technology. Others will disagree. Others will think the bigger screen, the more buttons to push, the better. Right, that guy was waving to me, as you can probably see. Don't know what he was waving about. He seemed to be pointing down to, oh, was it just the indicator? Yeah, maybe I'd left the indicator on. Thank you, mate. Well, there's the thing. There's a perfect example. There's technology that would be absolutely useful. Self-cancelling indicators. Or a huge warning light on the top here, so an LED, so that you could actually not leave your indicators on. That would be tech that would be very, very welcome, even to a technophobe like me. So thanks, whoever you were. Appreciate it. But yeah, what I was going to say before that interlude was a little concern I've got over the... Obviously this technology seems to have centred itself now on the instrument console, and we now have mini iPads instead of speedos. And my concern with those is their long-term reliability. Now, I was having a conversation recently with a chap who had a bike that had gone through 2 instrument consoles 2 of the iPad screens within the 2 years of the warranty of the bike, and was trading the bike in because he was frightened of it happening again. Now it was out of warranty. Now, is that going to become an issue? Of course, we could say the same things about cars, but on a motorcycle, these are delicate electronics that are out in all weathers, subject to a huge degree of often vibration. Is it going to be an issue? Or is it just teething problems with the first of these iPad screens that we have on our bikes now? I don't know, because this manufacturer, let me tell you, was Honda. It wasn't a Chinese brand, it wasn't an Italian brand, it wasn't maybe brands that you sort of associate with unreliability issues or niggles. No, this was Honda, and this was the screen that's on currently on all the 750 models, including the Hornet and all the ones around that, based around that platform. And he'd been through 2 screens in 2 years. It's worrying, isn't it? Do you worry about that? If you've got a bike with a lot of electronics on it, do you worry about it once it's left the warranty period? I'll be honest, I think I would. But how do you feel about that? Please, again, put your comments in the description. Sorry, put your comments in the comment section. I'm losing it today, aren't I? Because I think it would worry me. Obviously on the CL, as you can see, this little console, it is an electronic one, it's a digital one obviously, but a pretty simple one, and it's been around quite a few years, and I think it's proven to be thoroughly reliable. But what worries me more is the more complicated ones that we have now, which are linked up to all systems on the bike, and if they go wrong, the bike becomes inoperative, basically. That would really worry me, and they're also hugely expensive. I think this is possibly a few £100s to replace. I think some of the screens on the bikes are into the thousands. I mean, unbelievable price. So there we go, I'll have to leave that there. Very quick one today, just pop into the calf, but please leave your comments, because it's a thing that concerns me, because I am looking at bikes, as you know, and some of them have got these screens on. How reliable do you think they're going to prove to be long term? Have you had issues yourself? Please leave your comment in the description, and I will see you next time. That's all from me. I can see the lads are there. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.